All right, same heroes coming on out here. We'll see if we lose our IO once again here, if it slips on in. Can't say I'm too confident on IO making it.
Yeah, Night Stalker was kind of nerfed. His talents were nerfed, in my opinion, and his vision is nerfed. Day vision, he's completely blind, 800.
Yeah, that was brutal. That's a tough nerf, man. It kind of makes you want to go in like a pairing or something now. If you're like hunting in the daytime, you can't really initiate solo. But for the most part, that's kind of how Night Stalker works anyway, so I don't think it's too big of a deal.
All right, I was in the pool.
Oh my god, it is.
Assassin and Beastmaster.
There it is. I mean, that's got to be a first phase for sure, right?
And SG will be the ones that take it.
Okay, so now we have to start looking towards those classic counter IO heroes. We just hit the Winter Wyvern, played to near perfection here by Kaka. Would not mind seeing that picked up in the first phase.
Disruptor from Kaka, probably. Yep. Or Fate. Sorry.
They've already played two anti-IO heroes today.
Witch Doctor, one of the other supports that comes to mind. Classic anti-Wisp hero.
Our cores, Klink's probably one of the funniest changes in the whole patch is that strafe thing where he just jumps around when projectiles fly at him.
Oh, yeah.
Another one of those kind of sniper heroes.
It doesn't work against the towers, right?
No, it doesn't seem to work against towers or fountain, but it's mostly against like projectiles from heroes. It's pretty hilarious looking.
Makes me happy that
dances around.
Fontaine was buffed.
Very weird.
Well, we get maybe like a Weaver too. Could be another one of those heroes if we want to pick up a core here. The Nature's Prophet is still in, which is another pretty standard hero up against IO, and plus they've just been playing it very well already today.
Do you guys think it's still appropriate to think about Wisp in terms of a classic partner, or is Wisp now just a utility
even
hero
more so.
that can fit in? Or okay, the other side of the spectrum.
With that, I mean, now you have that whole Scepter thing. That's what I'm thinking about.
So who are the ideal Wisp pairs now? I mean, Wisp Tiny used to be the classic. I don't know if that's still the combo, right?
He lost his.
Is it like Wisp CK? Sven?
Why was CK buffed? I mean, he was buffed with the talents, and he was buffed with the illusions. Illusions get the regen. Imagine having a CK with heart. His illusions are regenerating. And you can also go for Roche as well with a CK because they deal 80% of the damage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, Tiny's an interesting one. He obviously completely reworked. I don't know if he's really going to be the same anymore. Feels kind of odd.
Wow.
He's a weird hero to play with the whole tree tossing thing going on now, so I'm not sure if he's still going to be your ideal IO friend.
Yeah, the tiny changes, I feel like I need to see it in action to really evaluate it.
I'd like to see someone
In some cases, it's nice that you can uproot the tree without having the Aghanims, but in other ways, it just changes the flow.
And of course, you don't get Agi now. You have no Agi.
Oh, yeah.
He's a slow dude.
Literally zero Agi. With zero Agi gain, right? Wasn't that the thing?
Yeah.
I mean, in this patch, we got some of the Dota 1 stuff.
Yeah.
This
is the classic Tiny grabbing a 3.
Yeah, well, sorry, unique attack modifiers. The old Warcraft 3 classic got the boot.
Yeah, those are we're not in on those anymore. So instead, Newbee right now just kind of focusing on those mana battery heroes, as they used to be termed. Someone like a Storm Spirit who works very well with the IO.
So both of these heroes on SG's side already are going to have problems because none of them can stop Spirit Breaker charge.
Yeah, true.
I think Spirit Breaker in general is not a kind of Wisp counter. You can get those eyes, you know, you can mitigate some of that relocate surprise, and also just to isolate. Charge and Nether Strike really locks that Wisp down pretty well.
And they've left in the possibility of an off-lane Wyvern now too, right?
Yeah, well, Nature's Prophet is still in for Newbie if they want to play it once
again.
Just banned out.
Never mind. But
not enough carrot for me.
This looks like a good PL game too for Newbie. Up against the Tombstone, you have illusions that can actually target it and burst the Tombstone down very quickly. And then he's also okay against IO.
Oh, a bunch of cores about to be picked up here. Like you said, it could be the offlane Winter Wyvern, but at face value, it looks like 4 support opener, which is relatively rare.
What about something like a Drow with the Winter Wyvern? I saw it Optic running it, and the Winter Wyvern being an offlane just completely dominating. Plus you have a Spirit Breaker, who is
one of the
really
best fours,
good,
I'd say, with Drow drafts.
Yeah, plus it's good counter to Drow as well.
The puck.
Still an option, though.
This will probably be an offlane puck, I would guess.
They can just
But
put
obviously,
it wherever.
that versatility's there. Seems to be more often than not, that's where he winds up.
Yeah, maybe the Drow range is really not bad. Once they relocate, you just use a Gust, just knock them back.
I feel like SG need kind of a mobile core to go with this Wisp. You've got a lot of mobile heroes. You've got like Dream Coil, Bashes. Winter's Curse, a lot of ways to just make it hard to stick on a target.
SG are getting outdrafted already. IO, Undying, nothing to stop Spirit Breaker charge. As I said, also nothing to control Puck with.
Yeah, it seems like a strange opener.
I mean,
I'm really having trouble seeing the synergy.
Synergy is someone tethers, he uses Soul Rip, a lot of heal, but other than that...
Yeah, okay. That's nice.
but they have nothing to stop the split push with. I mean, there's a relocate, but... So that's gonna be core Jakiro.
Speaking of push.
Like
and
okay,
Jakiro,
so now he has the attack range talent at 15, right? Maybe this guy's the
also
new Sieger with IO.
Also his cast point for certain spells were buffed.
Yeah, so the cast
for
point
some reason.
for Dual Breath and Macro Pyre were both changed from 0.65 to 0.55. So now it takes less time to channel the cast, so to speak. It's not
Tough call
a channel.
at level 10 for him too. The 8% spell amp or 25% XP gain.
Hard to pass up those level 10 XP gain talents.
That's the same one. He had that before.
Well, it's still a tough call. The big one that changed was the 250 attack range, right? I guess that's what I mean, because like now that's moved down to 15, so it's like if you get a 25, now you can kind of like rush towards that.
His level 15 is now better, so I guess XP gain is better choice overall.
And Jakiro is one of the few heroes that has a gold talent. At level 20, he has the option for 150 gold per minute. Relatively high. Life Stealer now, the 4th for Newbee, so some good Infest Bomb carriers, Spirit Breaker Puck, 2 of the classic Life Stealer combos, so I like it. A lot of synergy in this Newbee draft.
They got nothing to run away from Life Stealer as well.
And they
can just blow. Yeah, they can just blow up one of the heroes, especially IO with Puck Life Stealer.
I could see Puck buying a Dagon this game and
what
basically just deleting somebody from the match.
What about Puck as a damage dealer with level 25 talent, machine gun?
That thing's quite the talent, I have to say.
Just being in phase shift, shooting on 5 people with Mjolnir.
I like it. I'm in.
Oh yeah, Dream Coil was also changed. So now it doesn't do any damage when you cast it, but
Right.
if they break the tether, it does significantly more damage than it used to.
Yeah, that is something. Maybe we'll see more of those Puck Venge drafts.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Very interesting.
SG trying to decide where to go from here. This is that big choice. Is there a certain IO pairing that we want that we don't want to see get banned out here? It's going to be the Faceless Void. Combos up very nicely with the Jakiro. A little bit tough to make the tethers work in the best scenarios, but that should probably be our safe lane. We have the off lane Jakiro, and we're looking for a mid that can work decently well with the IO. Not necessarily an IO +1 mid, I don't think.
Yeah, not that classic partner, but it can certainly work.
Going to take out the OD.
Is that going to be a Jakiro with the Meteor item?
I think so.
For
We
the Void?
talked about it,
yeah,
right?
it's going to be a core Jakiro.
I feel like you go Veil and Meteor Hammer, and you just help throw that inside the Chrono, help push buildings down. Looks pretty strong to me.
Oh, okay.
Couple different options, though, of course.
So final bans, OD banned out by Newbee, and lost the draft.
And we don't know who will be on the last one.
Just say the random hero.
Yeah, one. Just guess that.
Pandarin,
Ricky.
Shadow Master.
Speaking of the Brewer he's kind of interesting now.
Dude, that 25 talent
if
is
you can
the
hit level
coolest
25.
25 talent the whole game. It's a 15-second downtime as being a panda.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It has more than 50% uptime.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
You're just spirits the whole time. Of course, you have to get to 25 as panda, so good luck.
Oh, it's
but-
a Viper 5th ban from
Okay.
SG. Okay, so we did talk about Viper a little bit. Looks like he could make a face here in this tournament. But what is this final pick going to be?
some IO buddy that doesn't like Viper, I would go
Do you
with.
think they might try Invoker again?
I don't think it would work very well with their draft. It combos nicely with Chronosphere, but it doesn't combo
That's
nicely
it.
with the IO.
Yeah, that's fair. Is Alchemist crazy? It's Potom.
Back
Okay,
to
so
the
very,
Mirana.
very reliable.
Very safe.
Tried and true for SG.
It's tough because you can't pick something that has any like big hard counter, something in the mid lane that could have its game ruined because they have this nice final pick with Newbee with so much versatility. With the Mirana being there, I would guess that you send the puck in the offlane and you just pick some other decent mid because Mirana's probably not going to shut them down too hard. If it's some strong mid that they want to focus down very hard from the side of SG, then at least you're going to be pulling two supports into that mid lane, and then that's going to open up even more space to the puck and the life stealer. So
They might try lane with Undying, Wisp +1.
I was thinking they do have some lane flexibility there. Pod and Void and Jakiro can certainly play a variety of roles. Final pick for Newbee, though. What's it going to be? They've got about a minute left of reserve time to think about it. Any thoughts here, boys?
Well, what do we have right now? We have Dreamquote Initiate, follow up as Winter's Curse. Decent AoE already. Tower push is probably their weakest thing. They only really have the puck right now. So someone like a Dragon Knight or something mid could be kind of cool. Queen of Pain will just go in there, though. Decent tower push. Already played it very well earlier from SCCC.
And another Infest Bomb carrier.
Yeah.
So 3 heroes now that Lifestealer could be hiding inside of.
Actually, I like the hero, but I didn't feel like they were going to pick it, so it kind of feels like it does a lot of the same things as though
They're the same hero.
They're all in on like this magic damage, not a lot of physical with. Even Lifestealer, it feels like for the most part, like that Infest burst is going to be one of the most important parts of him, and that's going to be magic too. So he could have a hard time locking onto targets. We'll have to see. It's going to be a lot on the Spirit Breaker and the puck there.
Well, what do you think, guys? Predictions for this game? Which draft do you like better?
I already told a lot of bad stuff about the support duo from SG, so I'll go with Newbee.
Okay. I don't know. I think it's, as I understand your point about those supports don't have a lot to deal with Spirit Breaker, but now you've got Ice Path, you've got Chronosphere, you've got Arrow. Now that I say it out loud, pretty shitty ways to deal with the Spirit Breaker. So,
Dude, I'm going in on New Faceless Void.
I don't know.
I think it's awesome. He has a sweet talent at 15 with 100 damage with the time lock.
And Backtrack is back, baby.
Yeah,
Level
maybe.
25% backtrack.
Maybe we'll see an IO and an Undying being
I always,
like relentless in the laning phase.
I always remember watching those videos from Dota 1 with Faceless Void,
Nice
3-4,
Laguna
man, trying to gank him.
Yeah. Such a I can't believe that it's back. I mean, I guess it's appropriate as a level 25 talent because you won't see it in most games, but one of the most obnoxious mechanics in Dota.
It's just so memorable to see those games where there's, there were highlights of like 8 spells in a row.
Yeah,
just
that's
nothing,
another Dota 1
nothing,
feature
nothing.
Yeah.
besides Tiny.
Yeah. I think there is a glimmer of hope for SG, though. I'm really curious how much Meteor Hammers are going to make a difference here. I think if they get 2+ Meteor Hammers, they've got it. Less than 2 Meteor Hammers, this is Newbee all the way. That's my bold prediction.
All right.
All right, so I think we've got a game ready to rock and roll. Hopefully we're loaded in, and we can pass it over.
Yes.
Aha, here we are. Mott and Grant once again for game number 3.
All right, thanks, guys. Now, Zyra seems pretty sold on Meteor Hammer. Grant, how do you feel about these items this game?
I guess with a Void, it's decent still. The 100% cool, it just doesn't feel like it's that good of an item. Obviously, we'll see with that Faceless Void. You get the automatic setup, obviously. I don't know. Overall in the draft, I mean, they got the IO, right, which has been banned out almost every game, so they picked that up. And then they rounded out with the Dirge, so they have another Dirge pretty much first pick. Uh-oh.
All right, ADR, you are in some serious trouble. Gets Waning Rift. He can still leap away. He leaps away twice. Oh, my God. You've got to be kidding me. The new leap mechanic saves his life.
And that was all 3 leaps. Obviously, he'll have 1 leap now for the laning phase, but that's not that versus a Spirit Break. You don't give up first, but now you're going to be in a lot of trouble during the lane. Look at this. Your top runes are now because you don't even have that.
On the other side, they're going to try to chase down SCCC, although Faith is charging it again. The spear play from him last game, I want to say won them the game, but it did a good job making things difficult. And the Undying on the other side, it pretty much did the opposite. Couldn't find too much out of it, but they will find cut top lane. He's going to go for the TP. I don't have any way to cancel this. He's just going to TP on as Dual Breath came through. That'll do it. So some action happening. Looks like Newbee get 3 bounty runes and SG only secure 1 of them with Laposa grabbing it at the top rune.
Yeah, and already with these new positionings of the runes, you can just see Dire's so much, usually more aggressive on the bottom side, but they like they were in game 1, so instead this time game 3, they go top lane and almost get a kill on ADR.
Yeah, it was close. And like you mentioned, he has only 1 leap charge to work with now, which he needs to be careful of because Faith, again, as long as he continues to charge and continues to be a nuisance like he has been in the last game, it's going to be tough. And we'll see if they're going to have some rotations like they did last time. They'll have Theo Licor on the IO to come in if necessary, but he's getting chased down already. So.
And also SCC gets the first 3 denies on middle lane, just outplaying ADR, and man, denies so important now, especially in the mid lane. Here comes the charge too.
And here it is already, as we mentioned. He's got 1. Gonna get Shadow Struck as well. He'll leap himself away, but again, just that harass already. He's out of region other than a Fairy Fire, and not very close to his bottle either, so he might have to ferry himself out instead of Tangos or a salve, but he doesn't even have enough money for that. I think he actually has something coming on the courier, but he's getting charged yet again. He's got a salve time.
Wait,
they have Shadow Strike.
He just messed up his blink. He like blinked towards himself. They're still gonna get the kill.
Yeah, he Fairy Fire. Shadow Strike will take him down, and Orb of Venom is there as well. So again, I mean, this is what you were talking about. They didn't get First Blood earlier, but they got because he didn't have those leap charges ready to go.
And he did. He didn't mess up. He must have. I don't know. He just double-clicked blink or clicked on the ground. He blinked forward like one unit, but KP bottom.
Yeah, he's in trouble getting dropped down. The Waning Rift not going to save him. Illusory Orb was already used, I believe, in a tree line. Faith coming in a bit too late, but still will provide some harass to just get into the lane and get experience while KP is coming back in.
Yeah, and Fazeless Void started with 12 tangos, even more than normal this game. He's just like, you know, I'm going to be sitting in this lane, probably taking some harass, but it's fine. No Poor Man Shield versus Puck is pretty damaging towards him.
Rest in peace, Poor Man Shield. It's a great item for Void.
And look at this, Kaka just steals his rune, and Bardino, he's very sad this game again. It just feels weird they open with Puck 2 games in a row, or Undying 2 games in a row.
I like the IO, obviously, but going back to, I mean, if you look at Kaka and Faith, they've just been playing pretty much immaculately in game 2, and this game, it's going to be, I think, just as good for them against this Undying. So these supports are set up for a great time here for Newbee, I think, in this game.
Yeah, pretty much. And, I mean, you're running dual lanes on the Radiant side, so your Void's getting a little bit of farm, but he is getting a little bit low.
He's got the auto tether coming in. Yeah, charge Faith. They're looking for some damage. The immediate time lock hit from Cosbile doing a lot of damage to Faith, actually. Now the overcharge comes out. He has a salve plus plenty of regen from these tangos. Needs to be a little careful, but it is going to be dual lanes. 2-1-2 for both teams. And back to mid lane again. The 10 denies from SCCC on this Queen of Pain. Only 6 last hits for ADR and 3 denies for himself as well.
Yep, and that's the problem. You lose all 3 of your leap charges, and you first blooded anyways. It's just such a rough lane now. And SCC is a very overwhelming player. Once he gets that lead, he's going to suffocate you with it.
So they talked about on the panel kind of running at you with the Spirit Breaker, the Infest charges. Oh, is Cape dead bottom? He should be fine. He's loser back up at 5. Yeah, he's fine. But I wanted to point on something like, you have the Spirit Breaker, you have the Lifestealer. At what point do you make a go with these heroes? At what point do you start getting aggressive if you're Newbee?
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much already have with that Spirit Breaker just roaming around. He goes top now, and the problem is Jakiro actually still very tanky, but not mobile at all. So the Spirit Breaker can bully him around. He may not die, but he just won't find that much farm as Jakiro up top.
Yeah. Right now, 14 last hits. In the meantime, the charge mate coming again. ADR has his 3 leaps this time. They can make it go into Faith. They did a lot of damage there just with the Theolacor and ADR damage coming in. This will give a little bit more room for Costabile as Faith is dealing with mid now.
No. And now Theo's in a lot of trouble. Arcane Rune Quap.
He's able to tether himself away and get out of that trouble. And again, the Spirit Breaker Faith, he's just roaming around. He's level 2, doesn't really need the experience. He sees the courier. He can't go for it. Sees Costabile as well heading up to the high ground, who will steal the bounty rune. They'll go toe-to-toe. No bashes coming out just yet for either hero. Okay.
If he gets 1 or 2 bashes, obviously Raindrop tanks up that, but Faith will just charge away.
Yeah,
that's the problem. And uh-oh, Theo's in a lot of trouble now. Misses
the Waning Rift. One more auto attack would have done it. KP looking to come back in. He's got wand charge. In the meantime, mid lane, they get ADR as SCCC gets it. Good juke into the tree line, and Theolacor will TP away. Meanwhile, top lane, they're diving on Kaka. Bardino coming in, doesn't have Tombstone. Level 1 Decay and Soul Rip both ready, but underneath the tower, plus the Creep Wave coming in. This is a bit dangerous for SG. They do a lot of damage with the Soul Rip and Decay on Kaka, but not enough to get him down low, and he will just use his Cold Embrace to heal himself back up.
Yeah, now ADR only level 4, while SCC getting closer to level 6, and just another kill on him. And 0-2, I mean, we saw him with the triple Rampage game 1, but once again, he's falling behind, and we saw last game when his Invoker fell behind. But bottom Void.
Yeah, Waning Rift coming out. He's got the time lock just in time, but he's under the tower. 1 more auto attack, and with it, they will get the kill. So they dive sort of underneath the tier 1 tower. Nobody there to help out. Theolacor not in range. He used his TP already, but maybe they make it go on mid. SCCC, they have no way of locking him down other than an arrow, so.
And another weird just time walk. I think if he just went backwards and he just maybe misclicked again, he would have lived.
Yeah.
Middle.
And ADR in trouble, leap away. IO tether as well. The overcharge coming on the bottle charges as well, so ADR will survive. He's caught up. He's 24 last hits now. He's actually ahead of the Queen of Pain, but again, it's the denies that are the big factor. Experience-wise, almost level 6 for SCCC. Mirana now level 5 as well. So again, ADR doing a pretty good job of getting back into this, and now jungling as well to help himself out.
feels interesting during the draft. They're willing to ban out like Earth Spirits, Night Stalkers, but they leave the Spirit Breaker in games 2 and 3. Like they have a way to deal with, and right now it doesn't feel like they do.
Yeah, they talked about it on the panel. That's exactly right. It just feels like they can get run down at any point, and this is before the Lifestealer even comes out with the Infest and the Armlet. Then things get really hectic if you're SG-Esports.
Yeah. Yep. On top, I mean, Jakiro, almost level 5, but it doesn't feel like he's getting too much done top, obviously. It's nice to get levels in farm, but as a Jakiro, you like to push in towers, maybe get a pull and deny the Lifestealer some experience, but
he needs to help out his undying friend here right now because he is in a lot of trouble. In fact, he is dead. He has wand charges and a soul rip, but it'll only keep him alive for a moment. They have the IO tether and the overcharge. Maybe they can do this. The Spirit's coming out. They're going to get turned on. Leposa doing a lot of damage with the dual breath and the liquid fire, but here comes the charge. Moonlight Shadow might not be able to save them. Theolacor has 7 wand charges plus the raindrops and bottles. Faith is getting turned on. He's going to die to the liquid fire. So somehow SG turned this around. Theolacor, he tethers himself away across the ravine, and Bardinho is there waiting. And they're juking and jiving and doing anything they can. Open wounds coming in, but here's SCCC. They've got the open wounds, they've got the rage. Leposa getting soul rip, but he's got wand charges going to get him off. Is it going to be enough? The Shadow Strike and one more auto attack. He's juking into the tree line. He's got the phase boots, he's got the wind lace, the dual breath is there, the sonic wave on the other side, getting the IO. Finally, the Shadow Strike takes down Leposa, and that will be a 2-for-0 at the end of that fight. Bardinho is still alive, but low as well. Sorb comes in, but Faith gets the bash. The Shadow Strike coming out, and SCCC gets a triple kill. Not only that, he might get more. ADR is going to leap himself away twice. No Shadow Strike and a third leap away. They won't give him the ultra kill, but man, that Quap just got so much farm.
Yeah, it wasn't because he had the level 2 in Shadow Strike. It actually got the kill on the Jakiro, and man, it was such a long, drawn-out fight. And like the Queen of Pain wasn't going to come at first, but middle, they're going to go again.
Leposa in trouble. Arrow coming in. SCCC sidesteps it very narrowly. Faith soul ripped up. He's got the raindrops. Now the dual breath comes in. They might be able to get this kill. They're chasing him down. The Starstorm will do the job. SCCC jumping away as there's 3 heroes in that mid lane. They don't want to commit to anything too crazy. But Newbee are starting to get that advantage we thought they might here in this laning phase.
Yeah, and now the Spirit Breaker has the urn, so he's going to be able to charge in as well as just keep his team alive during those long engagements like last time. That was just a good job. Like, Queen of Pain thought about not going top, and then it's a good thing she did, gets the triple kill.
Yeah, that's huge. In the meantime, Costabile was farming bottom. He has got level 7, so if he wants to rotate, in fact, he will. He's got Chronosphere ready. Mugi needs to be careful. They're going to maybe jump in. No, he's back up in time. He's able to get away just far enough and able to move out from that TPing Void, so.
Yep, but now the Void does have Mask of Madness, so a lot of solo kill potential on the Winter Wyvern as well as the Puck.
Oh, he just missed the deny in that tower. That's so sad. He literally was mid-animation, and the Siege Creep hit it.
It's a rough one. That's a lot of team gold.
Yeah.
Look at Faith, bottom lane on Theo, level 3, behind tier 2.
This is just, Spirit Breaker just bullies you so hard. He has Urn now. If he had charges, it'd be even worse for Theolacor. It would have been a hard kill, probably even impossible, but good attempt, making sure Theolacor doesn't go too far, and Faith just continues to apply the pressure across the map. Now the Armlet is done for the Lifestealer. He's got Infest back up in 50 seconds. At some point here, they're going to make a move with an Infest Bomb, one would assume.
Yep, and the craziest thing is KP on the offlane Puck is level 8, the highest level in the game, while the offlane Jakiro's on level 5.
Oh my god. KP is so farmed.
He just had a good lane, never died, has plenty of movement. I mean, they have a Quap, they have a Puck, and they have a Lifesteal. Like, how do you kill those 3 cores with an Undying and an IO?
They need the Chronosphere, and that seems to be one of the only ways. Mugi is just going to deal with this Tombstone. They drop down under the tower. The charge is coming in. Newbee is getting ready to fight, and Bardinho is in trouble. His Decay is back up. So is his Soul Rip. The Macro Pyre will come through, not doing too much. Bardinho gets off the Decay. Soul Rip is still there, jumping in. Costabile, he's got Chrono. He doesn't want to use it. There's the Cold Embrace. No Time Lock procs coming in for Costabile. They've got the Dream Quill. Bardinho is in trouble as well, but the Moonlight Shadow saving him for now. Detection-wise, they have Dust on Faith. They're not using it. Finally, Kaka will pop it, but they're pretty far away from Bardinho. Costabile coming back in. There's the arrow on the Wyvern. No level 6 for his Winter's Curse. They want this kill. They're going to find it. Can they get anything else? They're going to time lock in. They've got Chronosphere. Are they going to use it? They found the Queen of Pain. They need more damage, though. They have the Illusion Orb coming in. KP turns it around. They get one. They're going to find a second here on Theolacor, more than likely. Sonic Wave will do the job for SCCC. Only one in that Chronosphere for SG, and that was, of course, going to be the bane of that fight for them.
Yeah, but that was just, they didn't have vision of the Chronosphere, and then the Void just ran around with his head cut off, and then he just goes down. Even though it was a decent Chronosphere, even though he got one, they just couldn't pick up that hero. Now KP is so farmed. He just rotated to the fight and stopped in their tracks.
He is almost up to blank. He has Null, Treads, and a Soul Ring on top of already that much money, which is pretty insane. But the Olacore getting chunked by the ice, or excuse me, the splinter shards, but he's fine.
Yeah, it really does feel super rough for SG. They just, unless they commit their Mirana or their Void, like the ultimates plus the Mirana needs to be farming, but they have to commit her to get kills because you have an Undying and an IO against all these elusive heroes.
Yeah. He was doing well for a while there, ADR, but now a little bit behind the Quap. Of course, the Lifestealer's top net worth and KP second. So this is a 4K advantage at 11 minutes in before there has even been an Infest gang coming in from Mugi, which should happen soon. I keep saying that, but it should.
Yep, they don't even, I mean, I guess they don't have to, right? I mean, there's just no SG harassment coming in this game right now.
Bardino, the double Dream Coil from KP. They already break it on Theolacore. He's going to be able to get out. They drop the Tombstone, and now Newbee will back up, despite them having plenty of HP and another hero to come in to work with. But I think they should back up. Maybe they see SCCC coming, but there's a ward. And KP is staying pretty long. And we'll take the Tombstone down, but that's it, I think.
Yeah, meanwhile, Laposa again, phase boots on his Jakiro, just trying to push down that middle tower.
They cancel the charge from Faith in that bottom lane, just pushing SG back again. This is going to make some space, like you mentioned, for Laposa mid. This is the Liquid Fire. This is what you want to accomplish. They haven't gotten the tower yet. Here comes the Winter's Curse. They're going to set up now to try to get this kill. Arrow coming in, but Mugi pops the Rage perfectly. The TP comes out too little too late, though, as Faith comes in with the charge and takes him down. ADR is forced to leap away. He's got the urn on him, but Faith in trouble. Good Cold Embrace. They need more damage. KP jumping in, Waning Rift down to 2. He's going to jaunt himself out. Mugi, Rage back up in 8 seconds. SCCC gets the double kill again, and now ADR in trouble. He's dusted up. He's got DD. He has one more leap, but that's it. Arrow's going to come in. Starstorm. Can he finish off Faith? He can. He doesn't have the damage. And that will be 3 kills going the way of Newbee as they start rolling over SG here in Game 3 at 13 minutes.
Yeah, it just feels like they're spiraling out of control. They can get to these fights so much quicker than SG can. The IO is only level 5 right now, and that's going to be a problem.
Ugh.
I mean, the Winter Wyvern's level 7 on the other side of things and has Mana Boots just farming so well.
Maybe things change with a relocate or a good chrono, but they have to find it first, and it's very tough. And SCCC getting closer and closer to that Orchid Malevolence. That'll be a huge item too.
Yeah, they need a smoke gank that goes into a tower, like something like top, or just push top tower without losing anything. The problem is Newbee is just so well prepared for anything because of just how well they drafted.
Yeah, they are set, and they're going to make more moves across the map with this Smoke of Deceit. They'll move through the river for now. Meanwhile, in the top lane, SG continue to push up. This is where they want to take the tower. They prefer to be able to get in and get out rather quickly, but here comes Newbee. They're going to wrap around mid instead. They're not going to worry about top lane. They're going to set up in mid lane and see if they can't find a pick off or two.
But even then, if Newbee loses that top tower, as long as they get middle, they're completely fine with that. And it's 5 top from SG and 5 middle from Newbee.
Yeah. Take the tower. They'll continue on for SG. Working on a Yasha for Mirana. Yep. Should be a trade. Yeah, they might go for this tower. Mugi's here, ready to go with Armlet. They're just kind of sitting around mid right now. They're not sure what they want to do. They're going to infest inside KP and TP him up. They're going to get ready to go on top lane, it looks like. But SG, the glyph comes out. They might back themselves up here.
Yep, they should know people are missing right now, but 40R could be in trouble. Blink on KP.
He is an Invis Rune on Queen of Pain. They're ready to go right now. They're setting up. Bardino jumping, looking for a Chronosphere, but he gets bashed as they charge on through. That's so problematic. In fact, they need to maybe back away here. Relocate already came in looking for the Sonic Wave. The Chrono, it hits. Great Chrono on to 4, but they need more damage. They really only have Coastabulate, and it's only going to take Faith down. The Winter's Curse comes through. Coastabulate is going to have to run. Macro Pyre and Ice Path hit perfectly, but they needed that earlier from Laposa, but he was caught. And now Coastabulate will be as well. A double kill and godlike spree for SCCC. 3 down, and as good of a Chronosphere as that was, it just got too many of his own teammates, I think, inside of it as well.
Yeah, and it was just a big overextension by SG. I mean, look at the Tier 1 tower just stopped getting pushed. The puck and the Lifestealer were just gone. SG had to know something was very strange.
It just feels like they want to make something happen with this Chronosphere. And they're so close to hitting a good one at this point.
And it felt like that was a pretty decent one. The problem was the timing of that was just far too late. All the abilities were already cast, and I mean, there's just too many items on Newbee now.
He jumped in originally, and he got hit by the charge of the Spirit Breaker as he was charging out through to the top lane. So he couldn't find that initial Chronosphere if he wanted it.
And this is going to be rough. I mean, this Lifestealer with Armlet on 2.1k almost has a full Sange as well.
Yeah, this Lifestealer continues to farm up a Storm. No need for a Midas. He's already got plenty of farm. He's got Infest ready to go as well. If they want to make something happen, they can.
They do. We saw Wisp has used his ult once. He's going to have it up again. Unfortunately, you can't really make aggressive plays with the heroes you have, you know, without that pairing. Bottom lane, Faith.
Maybe they can get the skill. He's going to find the bounty. He has charge in 10 seconds. Netherstrike's going to come out, and they're going to look to turn this around. I think KP is moving in as well. He's got his Dream Coil at the ready. Kaka's coming on in. They're going to get Bardinho. So good turnaround from Newbee, and they're going to find the Tombstone money as well. Maybe push into the bottom lane a little bit too.
Yep, and that Tombstone actually does give him enough for his Orchids recipe. The Quap, 16 minutes in, Null, Treads, Wand, Bottle, and an Orchids. He's just had a great game.
This feels like last game for SCCC.
Yep,
He's just owning.
Yeah, he has, and I mean, right, it's not even because of his hero, it's because that Spear Breaker has caused so much in the second game as well as this game, just always there having his back, and ADR probably is like, oh, come on, just play me 1v1, but there's no need to. The Spear Breaker's just disrupted the game.
Yeah, and then it just comes down to the draft, just letting it through again for Faith. But the game's not over yet, despite it being a 6K lead for Newbee, which is significant at 17 minutes into the game. They're looking for the last Tier 1 tower to take down, and that's in the mid lane. And this is with a Jakiro on the other team for SG. They've taken 2 Tier 1s, but now the Chrono, they're going to find Mugi here. They have the Cold Embrace, though. Counter initiation from KP. What? Dream Coil onto 2. He's going to jaunt himself out. No problem there. Coming in his Faith. They will take down Mugi. The Winter's Curse comes a bit too late, and it's not going to do nearly enough damage as Costabile is able to time walk out. Good Ice Path now. They're going to find Faith as well. This could be good for SG. They'll take 2. Can they get any more? Coming in from the back lines is SCCC looking for Theolacor. But they don't have Chrono. They don't really have any way of locking these heroes down unless they can hit an arrow or something. But it is a 2-for-0 trade. It's a good start there for SG, but now Chrono is down.
Yep, they needed that. And it was weird. Lapos actually just walked into the Chrono, wasn't really casting anything, didn't Ice Path or anything. But they still get the kills, 40R with a very nice arrow after the Chrono.
They're still pushing aggressively, even without Mugi. They're trying to get into this tower. The Macro Pyre will clear out the creep wave. Again, Chronosphere is down.
Yeah, they realize without Chrono, there's no like solid lockdown. You have an Ice Path and then an arrow. That's it.
There's nothing else to set it up, yeah. I mean, there's just no lockdown to stop these heroes. So they could just back up. They don't have to take the Tier 1 tower. Yes, they lose Mugi, but they're still in control of this game. They only lost about 1K out of that last fight, so nothing to be too concerned about yet if you're Newbee.
Yep. And we do see the Force Staff now up on Lapos. The Force Staff, such a good item still, even though it got nerfed just a tad. And I mean, it just keeps everything away in SCC.
They just missed the orb, but they get the Time Lock Bash, and that is huge. They get the kill. They just need bashes. That's all they need, says Costabile. They'll just find it with his Time Lock, and that's a big pickup.
Yep, that is. That's a huge kill. That's 800 gold. He was godlike? Wow.
Yeah, he has been owning. He got like triple kill and then a double kill. He's just been getting sprees all over the place. But they will find a kill potentially on the post. He breaks the Dream Coil. That'll stun him and bring him down as Mugi gets the last auto attack. Still building into his SNY. So 1-for-1 trade. Still pretty good though for SG despite losing that Jakiro there.
I like how Theo TP's in on the Wisp. Like, I'm going to save you, and he realizes he has like 400 HP.
Well, oops. That's not going to work.
Yeah, Faith. Going a different build too. Last game we saw him go Glimmer Cape into Shadow Blade. This time he's just going to go Hood on the Spear Breaker. Obviously against Jakiro, it's just such a good item.
Yeah, makes sense. There's a lot of magic damage to be mitigated here for Faith. Keeps you tanky too. He's already got the Treads. He's already got the Urn. They're going to back up for now for Newbee. Chronosphere should be back up. Yeah, it just came off cooldown right now, and they can get ready to go. They have a smoke for Bardinho. They should have Moonlight Shadow as well if they want to make something happen, but Newbee are sitting together as 5 in the mid lane. But they're going to draw a line, and here we go. SG looks like they're going to make something happen here.
Yep, they want to at least, and here we go. Ulti from the Mirana. No vision of this. They have about 8 seconds to make something happen.
They're heading towards the pit, but now they're moving up high ground. No sentries here on the high ground from Newbee, but they seem to be ready. Mugi, they're going to run right at him. Cold Embrace comes in. They're looking for a Chrono. They're going to drop it on 2. There's the Macro Pyre as well, doing some serious damage. Faith is going to fall first. On the other side, Mugi's able to rage and get out. Relocate away from Theolacor to keep Luposa alive as well. And now it's just a 1-for-0 trade, but Chrono was used there, and they only got 1 kill out of it.
Yeah, they need to be really careful.
Jump in, Dream Coil onto 2. The Winter coming through as well. The IO's back in the fray, ready to tether, but he's getting jumped on by SCCC. Somehow they're still alive, but there's the Winter's Curse. They're going to lose the IO. Sonic Wave coming in, ADR. They've got the Cold Embrace. Jumping back in is Costabile again. No Chrono. Looking for Kaka. Might find it. He will get the kill. It's a 2-for-2 right now. Ice Path coming in as well. Decay drop down. No Tombstone. Down for 34 seconds. They're going to time walk out. Try to get away with a TP. Looks like he should be successful. They're going to chase Bardinho under the tower. He's going to get forced away. Looking for a TP of his own. He's going to get out. So it's a 2-for-2 trade at the end of the day. But Newbee will take the Tier 1 tower along with it.
Yeah, this is just immaculate Winter Wyvern play games 2 and 3. He got the cold embrace off right before Mugi might have died. Saved him while ADR was going on him. Same with SCC. They're all living with such low HP just because of this Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating. They're so close to getting half of these kills, and they're just not able to get it because Kaka's in a great position. Does he have... No, he went Glimmer. He doesn't have Force Staff yet like he had last game, which is really what saved him in that last game. So maybe he'll pick it up.
But they are getting some items. ADR almost has his Manta style, as well as the Void, who almost has Manta style with the Mask of Madness, so plenty of solo damage from him.
All right. They're hanging in there. I mean, it's still a 6K net worth lead, but it's plateaued out, kind of. It's been like this for the past 5 or so minutes, where Newbee, they've kind of had an advantage, but again, like you talked about, the Void and ADR are catching back up, both.
Yeah, it feels like somebody needs a hood on SG's side. I mean, you're against a Quap as well as a Puck, and you just don't have a hood, you don't have a pipe. Could be really good in these like long, drawn-out team fights.
Yeah, you could see there's not even a Veil for the Jakiro at this point. He's just trying to stay alive in these fights. He has a Force Staff himself. Yeah. So you're right, they need some more defensive items, as you can see. They're going to try to fight SCCC going up against ADR. SCCC is losing this battle, even with the Orchid. He's going to go for a TP. The arrow is going to hit perfectly. They even have the relocate coming in, and now he's down for 50 seconds. A great pick and good backup from Bardinho there to keep ADR alive.
That's just good. That's just really good Murano play because you know where he blinks. I mean, you can see where the Quap turns around to, and so you know the angle he's taking. You just shoot a perfect arrow, and you're fine.
All right, that is a huge pickoff. They need a lot more of that, though, for SG. If they can find some more pickoffs, they can definitely get themselves back in this game. They have Chronosphere at the ready. If they can find a big Chrono, get a couple of kills, this can turn around quickly. Newbee is sitting at bottom. The rest of SG are also down here. They walked the reward to get here. The Infest is going to come out. They've got the Infest Bomb ready with KP, which can do some serious damage. Who now, by the way, has a Yule Scepter. The scan will hit, though, from the Radiant, so they know exactly what's going on. Who is going to make the first move, or are both teams just going to back away?
Yeah, looks like right now. I mean, you infested, so you want something to happen, but you might just cut your losses, jump out, and go back to farming. But they're seeing if anyone farms this wave. No one does.
No. They're not going to make that mistake now.
Now you have the Murano with the Manta, so obviously the biggest thing takes off the Orchid from Quap, but just does do quite a bit more damage.
All right, Newbee, they really want to make something happen here. There's plenty of vision mid for them. They'll see SG moving into the Roche Pit now, and will Newbee catch them off guard? It looks like it. Infest Bomb's still ready. This could be huge. Maybe Costa Bile can get off a counter initiation Chrono. They're spreading things out here right now for SG. Jumping in is going to be KP, looking for the Waning Rift. They find it. They're on the Void. Gets forced away. He's in trouble. They need an Ice Path. He time walks out. Nicely done. But now, where's the counter initiation? No time walk for another 3 seconds. SCCC, a lot of damage. ADR, he hits the arrow. They're looking for it. They find the Winter's Curse. That will keep him alive. He blinks away in time, but now Winter's Curse is down, and Chronosphere is still back up and ready to go. Can Costa Bile jump in? They'll back off for a moment, get ready to go. Tombstone and, of course, the Flesh Golem were used, and we'll slow things down just a little bit, but there is a DD rune at Roshan. ADR is going to pick this up. KP, they're looking for an Infest Bomb. He jaunts back away to stay out of trouble. Oh, this is tense.
Yeah, that could have been a lot bigger. He actually the IO placed that Sentry Ward just a little bit too late, and the Quap got Glimmer Caped and just ran away.
That would have been another big pick-off, that Quap dying yet again, as he's building into the BKB, and he's very close, just a couple hundred gold. So if SG want to make something happen, it might need to be now. SCCC in the top lane, he's going to go for a TP. They won't be able to see it, and he's going to make it out in time. So they'll just farm his top wave. So they were looking for Roche. I thought they might do it with a DD on ADR, but maybe it's too dangerous.
Yeah, it felt like it is. They still had KP, and they knew that Infest was still there, so just so much team fight damage. You may have the Chrono, but they have the Dream Coil, the Quap ulti, just so much more. We Winter Wyvern's ult even. It was on cooldown there, though, but...
Here we go, another Moonlight Shadow around the back lines. This could be huge. Costa Bile, they'll drop a ward. They will spot everybody. Is he going to jump in? He's waiting for the perfect time. Arrow's going to sail through and will miss on Kaka. Now they know. They're going to jump in Chrono. They found the puck here. He needs more damage. They've got the Cold Embrace, keeping him alive. Winter's Curse on the other side. They cannot bring this puck down. Again, Kaka just does too much to disrupt these fights. Dream Coil coming in. Sonic Wave Newbee. They'll pick apart one. Can they get more? The Tombstone's going to get dropped down as well. Dream Coil will end. Costa Bile gets the bash. He wants KB, but he gets off the phase shift. The Ice Path comes through. It won't be enough, I don't believe. leave. Starstorm comes in. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but SCCC, he's in there. A double kill now. Waiting Rift back through. KP is solo, but they're man fighting. They DD, ADR, they'll take down Moogie. A double kill for him. SCCC really wants this kill, and he'll find it, but Kostabile chasing down Faith. The dual breath will hit, but now they need to back away. SCCC is too strong. Laposa getting charged. He's got a Force Devil. Make it back up to the high ground. Can he survive? Kostabile is there. Getting orchided up. Laposa, he'll drop the Ice Path. That won't even keep him alive. Finally, the stun comes through. They have the jaunt coming in from KP. He's low. He gets burned down by the dual breath. Now Kostabile's back in. SCCC, he's got no mana to work with. He's got no blink either. Needs one more auto attack, and Kostabile will get the job done. And Faith gets dropped down as well. Newbee chased too far, and the Void cleans house.
Wow, and that was all without that Faceless Void's Manta. If he had that to break any of those Orchids, and still, like you said, KP looked like he was styling a little bit too hard there with the 5 HP the entire time, but SG happy they get them. But the beginning of that fight, the Winter Wyvern, Kaka again gets the Glimmer Cape off and saves the puck, gets the Cold Embrace, saves the puck, just insane play from him.
I mean, he's doing everything he can, and somehow they still lose that fight, but maybe not yet. The Roche is up, and Moogie's just going to walk right in. And Kostabile is going for the backlines. He's looking for Kaka instead, realizing he can't find it. They don't finish off Roche. It's still pretty low at this point. SCCC's back up in 12. ADR's already back up. Here comes the Winter's Curse. The IO should be fine. Splinter Blast comes in too early. They get off the bash, and Kaka is dead for 45. And no Winter's Curse either, even if he was alive. They might be able to take Roche here.
It's just super strange play in the last minute from Newbee. They're just essentially feeding away heroes for no reason.
Yeah. Feels like the end of game one.
But here we go now. KP.
And Festbomb, they keep checking Roche. Illusory Orb, it's really low. Newbee probably want to get in there and finish it. So do SG, and they're going to go ahead and smoke up and do just that. Maybe no. They have Chrono back up. He jumps in. He finds the puck with the Lifestealer inside. The arrow is going to hit. They'll get both of these. It looks like the Ice Path comes through. They're going to get this kill. It's 2 down, and Faith jumps in. He's alone. The Macro Pyre burning him down to death. Already 4 dead. SCCC has to back up, and SG, they just get kill after kill after kill, and now what was once a 7K lead is down to 2 here for Newbee. Plus, they will lose Roshan and Aegis.
Yeah, but that's just God tier warding for Bardino on that upper hill. That Observer ward just spotted him going back downhill. They tried to de-ward it twice, and they could just never find it. And that ward just got secured him double kill as well as that. Yeah,
this has been really great play here from SG in the past couple of minutes. Perhaps a few mistakes from Newbee, but all of a sudden the game's even.
Yep.
The net worth graph tells the tale. It goes straight up, essentially.
It's interesting because they've been aiming ADR in all these fights right now. They've been committing almost everything to him, and then the Void's just alive with full HP at the end, just running at you. And what can you do? He almost has a full Maelstrom. That's just a ton more damage.
They like even Orchid it. It seems they can't kill him half the time. Even with like a jump in and like a Dream Coil, it's not enough.
And now they both have Mantis, so the Quap's Orchid feels like garbage unless he's on the back line with supports.
All of a sudden, SG have taken control of this game. They'll take a tier 2 tower. They have Aegis. Chrono is back up in 50 seconds. They're going to deal with the bottom push. The Glyph comes out as SCCC is forced back. Kostabile is here alone while the rest of his team looks for fights elsewhere. And as long as they can keep the waves pushed out, they can use this Aegis and maybe take down some more towers, including mid and bottom.
Yeah. And we do get another ward coming out, but this time Faith is like, nah, I know where you ward. I'm going to take that one down.
Yes.
And that's big. I mean, it's pretty much the vision game. SG has been winning the vision game from about 15 minutes onward.
Yeah, the vision around the high ground, like you talked about, the vision around. They have this river ward too, just to scout things out. And SG doing a great job with it. Not only that, but again, it's Moonlight Shadow, constant smokes from SG. So maybe investing in a gem perhaps for Newbee at some point in the future might be a good idea. Speaking of which, SG have just purchased one on Bardino, so they have a gem of their own.
Yeah, and Bardino as well. He has it queued up, the Aeon disc.
Oh, let's go. This is actually probably a good hero to get it on. He just staying alive in fights, getting all of your abilities off, and it's not like you're doing any burst damage or anything, so.
Exactly. And how do you fight versus SG when they have the Aegis up? This Faceless Void as well as Mirana. I mean, you obviously have the easy arrow set up with Chrono as well as Ice Path. So if they're inside a KP, no matter what, the lifesteal will get stunned coming out of it, which is insane.
Yep. And I guess the easy answer is to say Newbee just split push. They don't take a fight. They just try to keep the waves pushed out like they have pretty much this entire series.
Yep.
Play the lane advantage game and go from there.
Yeah, now we see the, we were talking about how bad the Undying IO is early game. Now they're reaping the rewards of making it through the early game. You have one of the best defensive supports as well as a Undying who, I mean, you heal on top of that IO. It's like a double full heal for multiple heroes.
Would you say this is like almost Undying's peak at this point in the game?
I would say
Or
it's
is it
past that.
past
I'd
that?
say it's
Yeah.
past, but he's playing very well. He doesn't even have that many items. I mean, obviously, King Arduis, bottom lane, trying to snipe that chicken that had the gem on it.
That would have been huge. But it gets to Bardino safe and
Top
sound, even if
lane.
they lose the courier. And he's coming back for it. KP's just coming around. But on the other side of the map, top lane, Sonic Wave. They want this IO. He's low, but he's not dead yet. The Orchid Soulburn, not enough. The overcharge, keeping him alive, but still will fall. They might trade 1-for-1. Faith is caught. They have no arrow, actually. And Faith has just got to TP away, knowing that the arrow is on cooldown. And so it'll be a 1-for-0 trade going Newbee's way, and that will keep them in it for a little bit longer.
Yeah, Mirana could have actually used the leap. I mean, it's 200 attack speed. Probably would have picked up the kill there if she really wanted.
All right, slow things down a little bit. 31 minutes into the game. Now remember, this is game 3. Loser of this series goes down to the lower bracket and plays in a best-of-1 series. BO1's pretty tough to take, even if you're somebody like Newbee, so it could be very interesting.
SGs, I mean, they're known for taking these 2-1s. EG, Secret, they beat them all. Obviously a different team now, but 4DR, he's been through it all.
Yeah, and he has had some great play. He got kind of a tough time against him in the early mid-game with Faith just constantly charging him, but he's got a BKB, he's got a Manta working now on a Butterfly. He's third in net worth, only behind the Void and the Queen of Pain. Eul Scepter, they're going to find KP. Ice Path will come out, but he phase shifts just in time. Might be able to make it away. He blinks out of the phase shift, and once he's able to get in that phase shift, he's gone.
Yeah, phase shift's just a really good skill. That's it. Almost nothing can counter it. They can get away from anything. The biggest thing is Mirana now with the BKB. I mean, look at all their damage. They have a Quap and they have a Puck. So as long as he just pops BKB and kites her on the Lifestealer, they have nothing to bring down this Mirana. So we saw he did the exact same build in game number 1. He's going to go for that Butterfly next, so he's probably feeling good. He's like, man, I've been in this position before.
Yeah. And this is the issue, too. The Lifestealer's falling behind. He doesn't have that Midas to fall back on in terms of late game. He's still farming well, but he's sitting behind the Mirana by about 2K. So it's, like you said, it's got to be kiting around that Lifestealer. And if you could do that if you're Mirana, probably win the fight.
And full Mjolnir pretty much on the Faceless Void. He has the Hyperstone in his backpack, 1.6K.
They're going to get the outer towers with this Aegis, but they're not going to be able to threaten high ground. It's about to go away, so.
They're fine. They've kept the game close against such an aggressive lineup, and Puck and Quap, and they're happy with this. They know they can probably take this late game if they play, not even perfectly, if they just play well. Radiant knows they have the late game under control.
Get a few good chronos, some good initiation. You have the push potential from the Jakiro, who now is Eul Scepter plus Blink Dagger. Void Stone, or rather Aeon Disc, excuse me. Still, it's a really big recipe. 1750 is the recipe cost, so he's about 1,000 away for Bardino, but once he gets that, he'll be a bit more survivable. And again, though, Newbee and KP and the rest of the crew, they're just doing this split push game, keeping top wave pushed in. The Quap, especially for SCCC, they're making sure they have all of these waves pushed in. They do not want to fight into SG right now.
Yep, if they just hit one chrono, all they have to do is catch the Puck or the Quap, and he's going to die no matter what. Even with a cold embrace, you're going to get that arrow onto him. It's still another 5 seconds.
Dire scan hits perfectly. They're all back towards the base or in that top lane split pushing. They want this tier 2 tower for SCCC. SG can't find anything. They might need to TP back home. And they might just let this tier 2 tower go. They glyph, but yeah, I don't think they really care.
That's what we saw in game 1. SEC and KP both did such a good job of split pushing, and they're doing that again. Always making it so SG has to think about what they want to do. Do we want a 5-man mid? Will we lose our own base if we do?
They're going to try it. They're going to try it for a smoke here again. They have been just sitting mid in the enemy jungle for the longest time. They really want KP, but he's on the high ground. He has the high ground hill advantage here.
They're baiting out the bounty.
Oh, they're going to see that somebody's up here. KP phase shift immediately. Dreamcoil comes out first, hit bash, but he's able to jaunt away still. He's going to head to the tree line here in a moment, trying to chase him down. Can they find this ice path? It doesn't look like it. Lepost is just not even going to try for it.
That's on Void. He's going to have quicker reactions. He had that Manta up the whole time for the silence. He could have just Manta and instantly chronoed him and got him.
Unfortunate. They miss an opportunity, and it gives more space for SCCC in the top lane.
Still shows they had a good thought. Like, they baited out the bounty rune by leaving it there while they were smoked to see if you'd come get it, and then they're like, oh wait, he's attacking creeps. But he couldn't get the blink Euls off in time.
No, it was close though. The phase shift came out. Really good timing from KP. Newbee have gained an advantage back in this game. It's about 2,500 now, which is still, I 35 minutes, it's pretty much nothing. There are some big items coming out, the biggest of which I think is going to be the Puck Ags, now that's available.
Puck Egg still as good as ever, breaking that even more. I mean, obviously you break it. Most of the damage comes from that. Now it's insane amounts.
Yeah.
And the stun time.
Very good stun time. When's Roche back up? We're going to find out in 20 seconds. We haven't hit the end of the first timer yet, but I bet SG would want to take it. Newbee obviously trying to contest.
And now Mirana has the biggest part, has the Eagle Song in her backpack, so when she hits that butterfly, a lot of evaded damage from the life stealer.
Some extra damage coming out for her. All right, what are you going to be, Roche? Is it going to be a quick spawn? Nope, 2.5 minutes. So we get a ways away before Roshan is respawned up.
And SG, they probably want the Roche, but now they have time to farm up Mirana's items as well as getting Void whatever he wants. He has Shadow Blade queued up. Still not sure if he'll go for that, though.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else he can get. Meteor Hammer.
Never talk again after that one.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sorry. Guys, he doesn't like Meteor Hammer. My God, he still doesn't have this Aeon Disc. This recipe, 1750, Jesus.
And you're undying. Like, you have to last hit, which sucks late game. You want to just A-click, but for you have to actually do that.
He hit like 700 last time I checked on him. He's just not getting farm.
Yeah, but now Dire gets a free tier 2 bottom, so they're happy. They're just getting all this team gold. Look at they're up 5K and nothing's happened in the game. So they've gained like a 4K advantage in the last 5 minutes.
All right, Moogie is going Nullifier. What's the strongest spell?
Interesting.
Yeah. I guess the mute's good. Makes sense, I suppose. You get like a silence off.
You can't get BKB off on Mirana. If
Yeah.
you get the if you get the jump in from Puck instant nullifier, then you are in a lot of trouble.
It's a good item, I think, here. Oh, everybody is running in. Costabile backing up. They get the D ward. They're going to jump. Chronosphere, he is phase shifted. This is a problem. They still have Ice Path. He blinks out of the Chronosphere. Great. Winter's Curse comes in, they'll blow away the Isle. This is already really bad for SG. They're still man fighting the Sonic Wave. Costabile gets blown away. SCCC and Moogie just going ham on him, and ADR is going to be next. He'll leap himself away once. Looks like he has another one ready to go. Illusion Orb, he's going to have to leap himself away again twice. He has a third ready. At this point, though, 3 dead. What a fight for Newbee. Now an 8K lead. They won't get the Mirana, but man, that is going to be huge. Roche will be up here in about 43 seconds. Oh, if it was only earlier, that would have been gigantic.
Yeah, maybe didn't hear how good Phase Shift was. You can literally counters everything. Chrono as well as Ice Path will not hit out Phase Shift. So good.
That's just classic.
And they just baited him in. They countered that ward. They knew something was going on. They're like, how'd this ward get down here when we've already counter-warded it once? And they baited it in.
That's the one fight Newbee needed, and now they've taken control of this game. It's been broken wide open, an 8K lead. They're going to take the Tier 2 tower along with it, the last outer tower of the game. Roshan is up in 10 seconds. They'll go back 4 potentially. Or maybe they'll push high ground. There's still 40 seconds without Chronosphere, 20 when he's up. They'll drop the Macro Pyre, it'll blow away the creep wave, the Tier 3 tower getting assaulted. There's the Dream Coil, they're looking for Laposte, they're diving here under the Tier 4 tower. They're gonna lose both of these heroes, the Io and the Jakiro both down. They'll buy back on the Jakiro at this point. ADR is coming in, Nether Strike getting canceled. Ice Path will just hit onto Moogie at this point. They need more damage though. Cold Embrace keeping him alive. They have Arrow back in 1 second. Can he go for it? He'll try, he misses. Now Costabile jumping in, gets the first hit bash, but they still have Moogie able to retreat with the help of another strike that was canceled by Fate. They had to back away. Ice Path coming in will hit only onto SCCC. BKB is back up. He's going to Shivas. They've got the Winter's Curse now on Bardino, who's in a lot of trouble. Loser. They'll take him down. They're going to take down 2. They're going to take down 3, and ADR getting dropped down as well. It's 4 dead, and that might just be a Tier 3 Rax and perhaps the game here, Grant.
Yeah, it's feeling like it's going to be a lot more than 1 Rax. What a play. I mean, they get all the items they need. Assault Curse as well as that Shiva's Garden and Queen of Pain with the Mjolnir. So much damage, and they just do way too much.
It was looking good there for a moment from SG, but a couple of missed initiations on these team fights, and then, of course, just so much damage coming in from Newbee. Really good counter initiation, knowing when to go back in. They're going to take 1 set of racks, perhaps 2 with bottom, maybe even get all 3 if they can.
It just feels like these supports on Newbee are just, I mean, obviously it's Faith as well as Kaka, and even that Spirit Breaker, he got a nice charge up on the BKB Mirana past him. Just perfect play by them.
Newbee will go for the last set of racks top lane. The Tier 3 already low. Relocate top lane. It's no longer backdoor protected. There's creeps here. They'll try to get this Tier 3 tower, but the Glyph comes out. This is really the only play they can make without the Void and Mirana.
Yep.
They'll lose Megas. They're going to try to at least get 1 set of racks out of this, but they already relocate back. And mission not accomplished. They can't get the Tier 3. And with Megas now down, you're pretty much looking for a hope and a prayer here for SG-Esports.
Yeah, and all it took was that one baited fight where the old shrine used to be for Dire, and just well initiated, well played, just mind gamed him. And now the Queen of Pain had 7K gold. He's gonna buy a full butterfly in Queen of Pain.
Yeah, that is.
All right.
Well, you're this far ahead at this point. Now you're 6 slotted pretty much.
Yep. With MKB being changed, even if you do get that, it's not the best item in the world anymore.
Yeah, no true strike.
75% accuracy.
I think the only one that has it is actually Amber Spirit, but anyway.
And there we go. They jump in. Maybe they want to end this game here. Do they have a smoke for the puck as well? Oh, they're going to run into each other, it looks
This
like.
is going to be a full 5-man fight. Moonlight Shadow was used, but I think the ward spotted them.
Jam
Up on the high
uphill.
ground. There comes KP. The Chrono only hitting onto Kaka, and they're already going to blow away ADR. The Solar keeping him alive, so maybe not. They will take down Kaka. The gems on the deck. ADR are going to get dropped by the Sonic Wave. That'll shred him down. Plus the Nether Strike getting the IO. Kostabile coming in looking for Faith. Still rather tanky. Even with all of these bashes, just not enough damage right now to bring him down. 3 dead versus 1 on the Newbee side. Finally, Faith will get dropped. Kostabile will get a double, but on the other side, Mugi gets a double of his own, picking up Bardino. Now he'll work on the Tombstone. 4 dead, and that is GG. Newbee will move on, and SG will head down to the lower bracket.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Once you start falling behind the Void, like a solo Chrono on Winter Wyvern's completely okay. Like if this was 10 minutes ago when they were kind of ahead, but the problem was he used that, and then by the time he killed Winter Wyvern, the rest of his team was just dead already.
Yeah, that was some good stuff coming out there from Newbee at the end of the game.
Yeah, overall, they just knew he played very well. That game 1, I mean, game 1 could have even gone in their favor if they made maybe just one better decision. They don't have to. Game 2, they pretty much roll them, and then game 3, just the drafting again. It felt like we were talking about the supports, just such good play from Kaka and Faith the entire series.
Kaka especially. I mean, he was in the right place at the right time, and then at the end of the game, SG just they just kind of missed out on a couple of the initiations there, but
and
nonetheless.
You have a core Jakiro going into the late game. It feels good. I mean, Ice Path is decent, but against Puck, just doesn't do anything.
So that'll do it for this series. Newbee will move on. They will play up against the winner of Liquid versus Immortals, which is our next series, and we will get into that as soon as it's ready. But first, we will take a break. Of course, I'm Matt. With me is Grant. Thanks for watching, guys. Stick around.
Get the alpha, be the alpha.
The battle begins.
Rampage.
Dire victory.
With the Strafe Esports app, follow your favorite teams and players, and you'll never miss a match again. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.
All right, folks, so we're here with a winner's interview. We've got KP from Newbee. KP, I've got an easy question to start off. How does it feel being the only one that has to do interviews for your team?
I mean, I don't really care. It's good exposure, I guess. I don't know. It's not tiring. I'm okay.
That's good to hear. I'm sure the fans appreciate it. I want to take a step back, talk about game number 1 a little bit. What went wrong?
I think our laning stage was terrible. We had like a Furion in the safe lane and just couldn't get XP even. And then the Darkseer was like similarly like really like pressured as well. But I think I failed a bit too many kills, so it was pretty hard from then on. Yeah, the rafing was just too fat.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you talk to me about Nature's Prophet builds a little bit? You went for the Meteor Hammer in game 1. You chose not to get it in game 2. How's that item feel right now?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. If you think you can't fight them, you have to rat, then you get Meteor. If you think you can fight, you're strong, then just standard Orchid build. Yeah, there's a lot of other builds as well, but it just depends on the player and like depends on the situation.
Gotcha. So how about this patch? How do you guys feel about the patch overall? Do you like the way Ice Frog is taking Dota right now?
I'd say it's moving a bit too fast. Like from 7.00, I think most patches have been like really big. I think it's a bit too big, so I think it can like slow down a bit. Because like every patch, there's like a lot of like really significant changes. So yeah, I think just slow it down a bit.
Okay. So maybe patches that are less big, so you can adapt to the changes over time.
And like less big and more frequent, I guess. Because this one was really long, and when it hit, it was like so big, like just too much to handle at once. Yeah.
I mean, how do you guys prepare for that? Like, how many games did you play on the patch before this tournament?
So we all spam pubs, and then we also scrimmed. And the cool thing is that I didn't know before, like you could scrim on the test server. So we scrimmed on the test server before it came out. So yeah, it was quite a lot.
Awesome. How's morale with the team right now? You guys are looking pretty good. You seem to be adapting to the patch well. Are you guys feeling good?
Yeah, I think we're feeling good. But obviously, previous tournaments we didn't do so well. So there's a lot to improve on.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you very much, KP. Appreciate you taking some time and joining me here on this cozy little stage. Up next, we've actually got an interview with SG. So we're going to learn a little bit more about